The quiet ache for more. There's a moment many sensitive men know too well. The late night pause, staring out a window or up at the ceiling and asking, is this it? Everything looks fine on paper. The job pays the bills and the relationships are steady. The calendar is full, and yet a quiet ache persists. It's not about being ungrateful. It's about the subtle, insistent yearning for a life steeped in meaning, not just metrics. For highly sensitive men, this isn't a midlife crisis. It's a fundamental trait of deep processing, a biological and emotional wiring that tunes us to both the inner and outer worlds. That deep longing for purpose is not a weakness, it's a guiding force. Western culture often reduces success to numbers, income, followers, or square footage. But for many HSPs, these external markers are rarely satisfied. Studies in motivation psychology demonstrate that intrinsic motivation, engaging in activities because they're meaningful rather than just rewarding, leads to greater well-being. In sensitive individuals, the disconnect between doing well and feeling fulfilled can lead to quiet despair. The truth is, it's normal and healthy to crave more than just financial stability. Sensitive men often need work that aligns with their values, relationships that go deeper than the surface, and a rhythm of life that allows their souls to breathe. One of the most powerful starting points is rediscovering your values. HSPs often lose touch with these under layers of people-pleasing, survival work, or years of self-minimization. Consider this. What three values define you at your best? Is it compassion, curiosity, integrity, beauty? Highly sensitive people tend to possess innate gifts such as heightened empathy, deep intuition, creative insight, and the ability to see connections that others miss. These are not fringe skills. They're core strengths in fields like counseling, teaching, artistry, coaching, and caregiving. The key is reclaiming these gifts not as liabilities, but as clues to your purpose. Purpose doesn't descend from the heavens in a single blinding moment. More often, it reveals itself quietly through consistent choices that reflect who you are. Whether it's saying no to draining commitments or finally devoting time to a passion project, alignment begins in the mundane. Organizational psychologist Adam Grant writes that meaning is constructed by daily choices and actions, not just by monumental events. When sensitive men learn to live by design instead of default, their lives begin to hum with quiet integrity. Traditional goal setting often emphasizes control, hustle, and efficiency, but soul-driven goals ask something different. Does this nourish me? Does this reflect what matters most? HSPs can benefit from replacing rigid routines with micro-rituals, small intentional acts that anchor the day in meaning and purpose. A few examples might be lighting a candle before beginning some creative work, taking 3 mindful breaths before a conversation, or journaling 1 sentence of gratitude before bedtime. These rituals don't have to be elaborate. The power lies in how they keep us tethered to purpose in the swirl of everyday life. Research from Dr. Michael Norton at Harvard has shown that rituals, even when self-created, reduced anxiety and increased emotional regulation. It's tempting to measure our lives with external yardsticks, salary, social approval, productivity, but for HSP men, these metrics rarely capture what matters most. Instead, we're invited to track resonance, Does this feel right in my body? Is this aligned with who I want to become? Psychologist Viktor Frankl, in Man's Search for Meaning, reminds us that purpose is the cornerstone of psychological health. Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how. For sensitive men, the why often involves surface, connection, beauty, justice, deeper values that don't show up on spreadsheets. If you felt the ache for something more, you're not broken, you're awake. The world needs more men who live from the inside out, who allow their sensitivity to be a guide rather than a source of shame. Begin with one meaningful choice today. Take a walk. Make that call. Start that project. Or just say no. Your longing is not a problem to fix. It's a compass pointing you home.